Well, hello there, Chicago Bears fans. It is your host here, you good old buddy here. It is Rai. It has been a long time since the Bears won a flipping game. Last time they won a game was back in October. That is kind of sad. So I will discuss this matchup took place yesterday afternoon. The Bears versus the Houston Texans in Chicago at Soldier Field. So if you like these videos, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe. I have TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, and my own Facebook page. It's called Rara Show. So let's begin here. So sit back, relax, be a feet up, grab some meat, grab some drink. Now, if you don't do like that, maybe you want to look at villain and hear my thoughts, my opinions on this game took place yesterday afternoon. Let's begin here. Now, before this game took off, Bears had a 5-game losing streak. Sorry, a 6-game losing streak, I think. Whatever, okay? It was horrible. They lost to the Packers. They lost to Detroit. Before the season kicked off, they made some terrible signing in the offseason. People were complaining, like Jimmy Graham. People were mad. Instead of get a guy from a better young tight end, but that's the Bears for you. So, and another thing they messed up on, they got Nick Foles. I thought he's gonna do good because he did horrible with Jacksonville. They signed him for a big contract, and guess what happened? He got injured. So this past offseason, Bears traded Nick Foles out of Jacksonville for a 4th-round pick. I thought that this is going to be a good thing because Nick Foles was the magic for the Philadelphia Eagles, and guess what happened? Nothing. Bears started off the season 5-1. That's awesome, right? Everything was clicking. Everything in the beginning of the year. Then later on, things fell apart. They had Mitchell, and they benched him so early in the season. That was stupid on the Bears. Stupid on Nagy. They put in Nick Foles to help him. He did a couple comeback wins, and then eventually they caught up to him. They lost to the Colts. It happens. Is Colts that good this year? Yeah. So I'm not too mad about the Bears. Just kind of disappointed. You get your high hopes in the beginning of the year, then later in the year, they hit rock bottom. We did not win the division because back-to-back years, the Packers won the division. Congratulations to you, Packers. Will they win the rest of the games? I don't know. The only thing they got looking forward to is they could get home field advantage. If they beat that team or the Saints or Seattle. It's going to be very tough. Okay, Watson, 219 yards, 1 TD, 6 sacks. That is awesome. Okay, Bears defense look good. Now Mitchell and Watson, they're in the same NFL draft class. Bears got Watson or Holmes, but Bears screwed up. Mitchell, he had a great game. 267 yards, 3 TDs. He gave up 3 sacks. He still got work on that. David Montgomery, he had a great game. 11 rushing for a $113. His longest run was 80 yards, 1 TD. They need to run more of that. Why does it take so long for this Bears offense? I know against Houston, a win is a win. Everything was clicking. It was awesome. Robinson, the second, I think his dad used to play for the Bears back then. Robinson, 9 receptions for a $123, 1 TD. His longest pass was 35. The defense was clicking. They sacked the quarterback in the end zone, got a safety. Khalil Mack was on fire. The kicking was perfect. Everything was doing good. Everything was good. If they do this beginning of the year, I guarantee we'll be in a playoff division conversation, but we're not. Okay, so it happens. Now the Bears got to face the Vikings in Chicago, a rematch from a couple weeks ago. Hopefully, Bears could beat them. If not, we're out of the playoff picture. We're done. Zippo. Now, Bears fans want to be better if they lose yesterday and continue the losing streak. And you're gonna say why? Because if they keep losing, we get a good NFL draft pick. I mean, the Bears, not me. But now the Bears probably win the rest of the games. Probably be 8-8, squeeze in the playoffs, and play the Packers probably the first round or second round, and then lose the Packers. Or do you remember when the Packers beat the Bears in 2010, Week 17? Packers won the division. And after that, they had a great playoff run and won a Super Bowl. That'd be funny if the Bears get revenge on the Packers, beat the Packers in Week 17, I think Week 17, make a great run in the playoffs, win the Super Bowl. I know it's not going to happen, but anything could happen in 2020. Okay, I'm not going to give up on my team. You shouldn't either. Who's ever an NFL team, football team. AFC leaders, you got the Kansas City Chiefs. They made a playoff spot, 12-1. Who could beat them? You got the Steelers, 11-2. They lost again, back-to-back losses. Is Pittsburgh that good, or they just got lucky? We'll find out. I think their offense is very shaky. Buffalo, 10-3. Very good games against the Steelers last night. Tennessee Titans, 9-4. Wild card, 9-3. Cleveland Colts, 9-4. And then the division leaders for the NFC, Packers 10-3. They won the division. Congratulations. You got the Saints 10-3. LA Rams 9-4. Washington football team 6-7. Division leader. That's insane. Seattle 9-4. Tampa Bay 8-5. And Arizona 7-6 for the wild card for NFC. See here. Okay, now for I did already, so I don't want to do that already. So, yeah, Bears look pretty good. Okay? Pretty flipping good. Jets are 0-13. How pathetic. Okay? Let me just discuss this real quickly. Buffalo is 10-3. Miami's 8-5. Patriots are 6-7. What happened to the Patriots? Maybe they just might as well just lose the rest of the games so you get a good NFL draft pick. Jets are 0-13. They might win 1 or 2 games late in the season. Who knows? And then AFC North, you got the Steelers 11-2. Sorry, you got Cleveland 9-3. You got Baltimore 7-5, and you got Cincinnati 10-1. I hate that darn tie. They need to get rid of that tie in the NFL. And you got the AFC East, Tennessee 9-4, Colts 9-4. Houston 4-9, and you got Jacksonville 1-12. So who's gonna win the division, Tennessee or the Colts? It's gonna come down to probably the last game of the season. AFC West, you guys, Kansas City 12-1, Vegas 7-6, Denver 5-8, and Chargers 4-9. Pathetic. Chargers. I don't know why Chargers don't do nothing. I mean, they don't make a big splash. I mean, they got a young QB. Hopefully, they could build around that team. AFC East, Washington 6-7, Giants 5-8, Philly 4-8-1, Dallas 4-9. Pathetic that division. Who's going to the division? Washington or the Giants? I don't think Philly's gonna come back, or Dallas. And Bears division, NFC North, Packers 10-3, Minnesota 7-6, Bears 6-7, Detroit 5-8. And NFC South, Saints, they got a playoff spot 10-3, Bucks 8-5, Atlanta 4-9, and Carolina 4-9. And NFC West, probably the best division in NFL in this time frame in 2020. LA Rams 9-4, Seattle 9-4, Arizona 7-6, and you got Niners 5-8. Wow, Niners just fell apart. You know why? Injuries. That happens in football. They bounce back. I think Niners need to make some big make some big moves in the offseason. Need to get rid of Jimmy. I think he's not the answer. They need a better running back, and need some big time free agencies for a receiver if they want to get back to the promised lands. Maybe Washington has the best defense. Who wants to play them in the playoffs? Very scary. Okay. So I remember a couple years ago, Seattle Seahawks had a a below 500 team, and they still made the playoffs. And I think they had a great playoff run. I don't remember. So Mitchell played very good. Watson, he gave up 6 sacks. Houston is just a train wreck. They give up the best receiver to Arizona. That was stupid. The head coach got fired and the GM. Very stupid decision. Can the Bears beat Minnesota? I don't know. Because now, this time of year, both teams are fighting for a playoff spot as a wild card because they can't get the division. So there are 7 playoffs this year. They expanded this year because of the whole coronavirus. I understand that. So hopefully Bears will keep winning, and hopefully they don't make another losing streak. I don't think the Mitchell is the answer. I don't think Nagy is the answer. They need a clean house. I don't know if you know, Bears fans. Yesterday they fired Lovie Smith from college football. He's been there for 6 years. Would you like to have him We like to have him as a Bears head coach returning there. I don't know. He was a winning coach for the Bears. He took the Bears to the Super Bowl. He had a winning season, and I think he won a couple division titles. I don't know if that's a good idea to go backwards in time to hire an old coach. Might as well hire Ditka. So I don't know. Ditka's up there in age, so I don't know what they're gonna do. So Lovie Smith is good at the Bears, but in 2010 they fired him because they finished with a winning record. That was a poor decision. So let's see what's gonna happen in this offseason. Is he gonna fire Matt Nagy or fire Ryan Pace, the GM, or are they gonna give him a big contract extension? Hopefully not. Someone needs to get fired. They need a clean house. I mentioned this over and over. Horrible. 5-1 start. They should actually made a playoffs. They should be like 10 wins, 12 wins, something like that. But a lot of games they lost early in the season. Have a good one, go Bears, and I'll see you guys next time. What do you think about my Bears Christmas hat? I love it. Have a happy holidays, everyone. See you guys next time. Stay safe.